a retro gamer and hobbyist artist with a lot of nerve. Crolister, the master opponent. Hi guys, Crolister here with another How to Freehand Draw a Character video. This week I will be drawing Pit from the Kid Icarus series. This character took much longer to draw for me than other characters I previously drawn because of the design. It takes a lot longer to draw these anime-style humanoid characters than it does the animalistic characters that I personally do better at drawing. And I used my Pit amiibo as a reference while I was drawing the picture. Again, I have every single playable character in the game's amiibo, and in the event that the new Nintendo console gets a new Smash Brothers, which I'm sure it will, and I am certain it'll also have amiibo support, I'll be getting all of that game's characters amiibo as well. For humans, I start with a shape for the face, and I usually start with the nose, and then the mouth, and then the eyes in that order. And often, in a lot of cases, a human character doesn't look like the character I'm trying to draw until I color them. Just a feeling I have. I'm hardly getting the mouth here. Alright, so, we're gonna draw the eyes now. And I control Z as a shortcut to undo until I get a shape that I feel like is better fitting. By the way, this is Pit as depicted in Super Smash Bros. And Kid Icarus Uprising. Not Pit from the original NES depiction, which does not look nearly as good in my opinion. I much prefer the Smash design. I'm sure a lot of us can agree on that as well. I refine the nose after I draw the eyes, wanting to make it not be that big. Then I do a little bit of the hair. Looking at that Pit amiibo real good, I draw some hair sections here. The hair doesn't have to be precise to the design while you draw him, just so that it's good enough so that you, the person drawing him, will be satisfied enough. Some people in the final picture might think I should have made the hair a little bit bigger. So be it. I'm just trying to get as many character draws in from Smash as I possibly can, and that I feel like actually doing. So get some details sticking out from the side of the head. It'll look better once I color it, as you see in the thumbnail for the video. They say you should make the thumbnail before you start recording, so that's kind of why I'm doing that. This is the olive branch that he has along the side of the back of his head that I'm drawing right now. Angels and olive branches are both a symbol of peace, after all, so it makes sense. Little stick out of hair on the back, like this. Gonna draw his siding hair, and then the ear. I also want to point out that since I did those videos of actually playing Smash Ultimate in Classic mode, I do understand a lot more about Pit in Kid Icarus Uprising, because after I made those videos, I watched a long play of Kid Icarus Uprising, and I know exactly why Pit and Dark Pit are allies in their classic route. I'm not going to spoil the story for anyone that hasn't seen it for themselves, it's just, I know the reason why Pit's classic route is what it is in Smash Ultimate. It's pretty much a reference to Kid Icarus Uprising. So if I may correct myself on that from the past got eyebrows, and Pit does have kind of eyelashes on his eyes as well, despite being a boy. And in Kid Icarus Uprising, Pit does have some peeves that a lot of girls have, like hatred of disgusting stuff. And to tell you the truth, Kid Icarus Uprising also has some pretty funny moments. Some moments that might make you laugh. So, watch a video of the game for yourself one day. If you haven't played it for yourself, you'll see what I'm getting at there. So, now that we're done with the head, we're going to draw the rest of the body going down. We're going to start with the neck and fill in this lone pixel. Then we're going to draw the neck piece first. Smash for 3DS and Wii U's equipment feature calls this a riment, which is a word I've never heard of before. This is going to be the fastener part. The red and gold piece on, side. Gonna draw this end of it going down in front of his torso. We're gonna draw this end as well. Get some pixel stickouts out of here. I'm gonna draw some wrapping details on the main neck part here. Then I'm going to draw the shoulder of his left arm. And an indentation for the bracelet that he has. Then I'm going to draw the rest of his left arm. We're going to... After the elbow part, we're going to release again for his gauntlet. His handpiece, basically. First, we're going to start with the port of it here. Then we're going to draw the main part of the arm coverage. The other port where the hand comes out. Then, I'm going to draw the back hand armor, which has a four-pointed star shape on the back. And then I'm going to draw his hand. Give him realistic five-fingered human hands. Then, looking at the hands on the amiibo really closely, he has a glove-like fastening connecting the web in between his index and middle fingers. That go across like the back and palm of his hands. Alright, so we have the neck and the left arm down. Now we're gonna do the rest of the torso. We're gonna indent the waist part, because that's where his belt is going to go. I'm looking at the belt really closely so I know how to detail it correctly. It's like a brown pure rope belt wrapped around the waist of his toga. Alright, we're going to draw the back now. This is an indentation of the toga. That's where the toga ends, around his waist. And then he has a black tank top underneath the toga as well. You'll see that better once I color. I'm going to do the other rope of the belt now. I'm going to try again to make that a little straighter. There we go. There's the belts. Now we're going to draw the lower part of the toga. It should be shorter around his right leg and longer around his left leg. We're going to draw the decorative part of the lower part of the toga right here. I'm not going to put the detailed part within the maroon part of the lower part of the toga, because I'm just a casual hobbyist artist, not a pro one, so I can just improvise. Now we're going to draw his legs and sandals. This will be his left leg. This will be his right leg. He has another gold bracelet-like object around his right thigh. And then this will be part of his shorts that he also has under the toga. Alright, let's draw the sandals now. First, at the top of his leg, he has a strip of fur around them. Then we're going to draw the lower leg parts. He has, like, X-shaped straps around the leg parts of the sandals, which I'm looking at the amiibo real closely to do here. Exactly like this. I'm going to draw it on his right leg now. Alright, then, we're gonna draw, these gold parts at the bottom of the leg pieces that go over just downward. Then we're going to draw his toes. Then, in between the webbings of his index toe and the one after is where the strap of the sandal should be located, right here. Then we're gonna draw the strap part going over them down here. And then the sole part. Making sure that it's just the right size so that it covers down to his heel, which that looks good enough, I'd say. Then we're going to finish the toes in. And follow suit with the right. Trying not to include any sticking out pixels on sorts. Right, I still need to draw his right arm. Let's do that now. We're gonna stop there so we can draw the gauntlet from there. That's another part of the riment, or the neck piece. Alright, let's draw his right gauntlet now. Basically the same as the other gauntlet, except for one detail that I'm saving for after I color. I'm gonna draw his hand now, even though I didn't technically close that part in, which I will once I get this done. There we go. Then, after that, we're going to draw his sacred bow of Palutena, which he's going to hold in his hand. gonna repeat what I just drew on the underside now. Alright, then we're gonna draw the blade parts of the bow. Gonna put in the center part of the blade. The best I possibly can. Fill in some gaps I made. Alright, then we're gonna follow suit with the upper part of the bow. That's good enough, I say. And finally, I need to draw his wings. You can just draw, like, simple, like, white bird or eagle-like wings for Pit's angel wings, the way you prefer to do it. So, I'll keep the wings simple in my style. Start with the main bony part of the wing, and then just add some layers of feathers going downward. So, that's the base draw. Now we're gonna get it colored. We're gonna use brown for the hair. I I do like that they recolor Pit's hair brown in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, as opposed to the red hair he originally had. The brown hair just looks better with his main outfit through and through. Although in Brawl, his hair was originally going to be red, like his original NES design, apparently. The Super Smash Bros. Series is chock full of details that they planned for earlier games that didn't make the cut for whatever reason, whether it be hardware limitations or development constraints, and some of those features would later come back in later games in the series. Like Ditto being a Pokeball Pokemon in Melee, which actually saw the light of day in Ultimate, just to name one example. So maybe some more of those features can come back in the next Smash that will presumably happen. I'm only saying presumably because it was hinted that Sora Limited are developing a new game that we might see, quote, sooner or later. That doesn't necessarily mean it's Smash. Though it's likely that it is. It's only likely. So, yeah. I'm gonna use a slightly lightened shade of black for the black parts of his outfit so it doesn't conflict with the outline. Just the undergarments, basically. Use a darker shade of brown for some details here. I use gray for the fur right here. Alright, now I'm gonna pick out the lighter shade of yellow and go back to the left gauntlet with the brush tool to draw these rings of light around his left gauntlet, which, according to Super Smash Bros. Brawl Subspace and Mystery cutscenes, are actually the arrows that he shoots on the Palutena's bow. Those rings of light around his arm give him an infinite supply of arrows, basically. We're gonna use sky blue for the eyes. Make sure I have the right settings here. Then, while I was about ready to get ready to draw the background, I realized I forgot to color the insides of the bow halves. So, yeah. And there's my picture. Here's what the final picture looks like. It'll go up on DeviantArt on a later day as a friendly angel face. So, there you go. With that wraps up this How the Freehand Draw video. I have more of these planned for characters in the Smash series, so stay tuned for those if you like my style of art. And also be sure to check out some of my gameplay videos of different games from the franchises I have listed here on screen, if you like any of these games in question, because I'll be playing quite a lot of them, especially the Namco Arcade, because that was why I started my channel to begin with, mainly. So consider subscribing if you like these franchises, or if you like my art style, and I'll be sure to come out with some of those at least once a week, each week, moving forward, if I possibly can. And I'm also going to cover some recent Nintendo news update videos as well, if you like videos of people sharing their thoughts on those. Like the Pokemon Presents we got in the upcoming week from this recording, and what might be in that presentation. So with that, wraps up this video. I am Crolister, Master of Ponage. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on my next upload. Bye.